Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm Terri Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. And if this is your first time, I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and to be more exact, in Iowa. So I'm so glad you're here. And as you jump on, say hi. Let me know where you are uh, from. That would be awesome. I'm going to try to switch this just a little bit so I can see your comments. All right, so that's good. So now I should be able to see your comments as you're coming on. And I am live, and today is Tuesday, September 14th, and I'm live at 1 every Tuesday. So if you see live up in the corner, then you know that you're watching it live. Otherwise, you're watching the replay. But I hope either way that you'll leave me a comment and let me know that you're watching. And hi, Jenny. I'm glad that you're here. Good to see you. Celebration is winding down, as the last day to take advantage of celebration is September 30th. And for every $50 order, you get to choose a free item from the celebration catalog. And if you do not have a catalog, reach out to me and I would be glad to send you a catalog. And I'll have the contact information down below in the description if you're on YouTube, or up above if you're watching this on Facebook, with my contact information after the live. So today I'm going to be making a window card using the Nature's Harvest stamp set and dies. And then stay with me to the end, as I have another card to show you. But before we turn the camera down, I have a couple of giveaways. So you can leave a comment and you'll be entered in a random drawing for the basic rhinestone jewels. And if you share this video, then you will be entered in a drawing for the wrapped in texture 3D embossing folders. And then I'll let you know who wins next Tuesday. Okay, so let me see if I can gracefully turn the camera down so we can start stamping. So let me know if you can hear me okay. That would be great. I'm just going to real quickly go through some flyers because I want you to know what's going on. I'm having a, hi Naomi, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for jumping on. I'm having a, it says online class, or you can also think of it as a ordering special, and it ends at midnight tomorrow. So if you place a $50 order with me, you will receive a free celebration item, of course, but also I will send you a packet, a free card packet, including enough cardstock to make one of each of these 3 cards, and a video. I'll email you a video to show you how to make each card, and then I will, in the mail, send you the card packet. So again, this is kind of an ordering special that I have from the 1st to the 15th, but tomorrow is the 15th, so it's the last day to place an order with me using this host code, and I'll have that information in the description. And then if you live in Iowa, live in Southeast Iowa, I'm going to be having a make and take card class in person on September 28th. And you can sign up on my website and get more information at rusticbarncards.com. And we'll be making the cards that are shown. But I know that only some of you are in Iowa, and some of you are all over. And then the last thing, this is a perfect time to get a starter kit and become part of the Rustic Barn Stampers group, because right now through the end of September, you can choose $125 worth of product plus a free bundle. And a bundle is a stamp set and dies, or a stamp set and a punch, plus a paper pumpkin kit, which is valued over $200, and you pay $99 plus free shipping. And hi, Leslie, glad to see you. So this is a perfect time to be part of my Rustic Barn Stampers group, and because you receive 20% discount on all of your supplies after your starter kit, and there's also some perks with being on my group. Okay, let's start stamping. So let me bring in, before I do that, let me show you the stamps that we're going to use, the Nature's Harvest. And this is a really beautiful stamp set, and you can use it for a lot of different occasions. You have the large flower image, the cone flower. You have a smaller flower image, a background, good luck, a reminder to never forget how much you mean to me, and so many others. And I'm going to use this sentiment. Thank you. Sending healing thoughts. May nature's beauty bring peace to your soul. So it has a lot of different sentiments that you can use for a lot of different occasions. And then I want to definitely show you the dies, because they're really, there's a lot of dies. It really makes this stamp set awesome. So you have some extra dies. You have a coneflower by itself and some other flowers and some, I'm not sure what those are called, but I've seen those out in the ground as I'm driving by. You have a large stamp set to cut out our large image of our stamp, and we're going to use that today. And then you have an extra one. This cuts out the stamp in the Nature's Harvest. And you also have 2 label dies. So a lot of dies in the Harvest dies. So lay that aside. And now let me show you what we're going to need for this card. You're going to need a card base, soft succulent, and this is 4.5 by 11, scored at 5.5. And I will have the dimensions in the description. The designer series paper is 4 by 5 1/4, and this is from the Harvest Meadow in the mini catalog, the July to December 2021 mini catalog on page 55. And if you haven't noticed this designer series paper, it's really lovely. So this is one side, and if I flip that over, you'll see that it's really colorful on the other side. And the ink colors that go with this is Bumblebee, Cajun Craze, Crumb Cake, Misty Moonlight, and Soft Succulent. Then you're going to need basic white cardstock, 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside of the card, and a scrap of basic white to stamp the flower image. And then we're going to use about 6 inches of the soft succulent ribbon, open weave ribbon. And I'm going to be using 2 stitched rectangles. I just placed them in this container. They don't come in the container, but these are the stitched rectangles. And I am going to use 2 of those. And they fit right inside each other. So the larger one is 2 by 3 1/4. And then the smaller one is 1 1/2 by almost 3. So these are the ones we're going to use. So the first thing that we are going to do is that we're going to die cut using the larger rectangle on our designer series paper. And the tip is to remember that you start with the largest rectangle, because I had forgotten that. So that's a little tip I want to share. Make sure you start with the largest rectangle. So we're going to place that kind of at the top and try to have the same amount on both sides. I have a little bit more space at the top. And then I'm going to use these little sticky tabs, because that helps to hold it in place. And then I'm going to run it through the cut and emboss machine, which I have already done. So here it is. And now I'm going to bring in my front of my card base, and I'm going to adhere this to the front of my card base, but I'm not ready to adhere it permanently. So I am going to bring in removable tape, but this is not a Stampin' Up! Product. So if you have Stampin' Seal, you can apply a little Stampin' Seal and then just rub your finger over it a little bit to take some of the sticky off, and that would work. Okay, but so I'm just going to put a little bit of tape. I don't think I got any there. There we go. So now I'm going to place this on my card, and sometimes opening my card up, I forgot to mention that we're going to use 2 inks today. We're going to use Daffodil Delight and Soft Succulent. So I'm going to just kind of line this up the best I can and as straight as I can and press there. And then I'm going to bring in the smaller rectangle, and I'm going to go ahead and add some sticky notes. And then I'm going to run this through the cut and emboss machine. And I already have that finished, have that done. And now I'm going to bring in my basic white layer, and I'm going to adhere this to the inside of our card. So this window card is quick and easy to make. But I think it's kind of fun to have the sentiment pop out from the front of the card. So I'm going to adhere this inside our card base. Press that down. And then we're going to place this back on here. Well, I really wouldn't have to, I guess. So, because we're going to take that off in a second anyway, so that's fine. I'm going to bring in our soft succulent for our sentiment. And I'm using a reminder to never forget how much you mean to me and so many others. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. And then I'm going to line it up, try to get it straight. Press it down. And we're finished with our soft succulent. And I'm going to lay that aside for a second. I'm going to bring in our scrap and also Daffodil Delight. And let's go ahead and get our stamping finished. I'm going to bring in our large cone flower. And we'll ink that up. It looks like I got some on my hands, but that is okay. And now I'm going to bring in our dies. And remember, the dies should be flat toward you. So we're going to place that so I see the flat side. And that goes right over our cone flower. And again, just use a little sticky note. And I'm going to run that through the cut and emboss machine. And here is our cone flower cut out. Now let's go ahead and bring in our designer series paper and our card base. So now I am going to bring in the ribbon, and I've already cut off about 6 inches. And I am going to tie a little knot at one end of the ribbon like this. So probably have an inch or a little over an inch on the side there. And then I am going to lay this here. And this is another tip. You want to make sure that you add the ribbon before you adhere your designer series paper permanently on your card base. And you can lay this kind of wherever you want. Okay. And I'm going to bring in a glue dot. And place that on the end of the ribbon. And then turn this over. And I don't want to get it too tight so the designer series paper buckles. I'm going to go ahead and add another glue dot on the ribbon. But before I put it down, I want to make sure that I get it straight. And this particular designer series paper has like writing on it, so you can kind of line it up with that line there. So that's kind of neat too. Now we're going to turn this over and we're going to add dimensionals. And now we're going to pop it up with dimensionals and add it to our card base. And I want to make sure that I have dimensionals around that window piece. So I'm going to put a couple right here, one in the middle. And if you want to, if I can, because here's a little smaller, so you could even add a couple of the mini dimensionals. And now we'll just take those off. I'm going to add one here, one right at the bottom. And then we'll pop this up. We will add our cone flowers, some embellishments, and then I have another card that I want to show you. And I did not use the stitched rectangles for it. I used this layering circles. So I want to be able to show you that if you have the rectangles or layering circles, you can make this window card. Those backings of the dimensionals just want to stick with you sometimes. So now we're going to adhere this permanently with our dimensionals. And then now we're going to add this. And I'm going to be using the liquid glue. And I'm going to show you that again. Notice how the large cone flower is in the window. So you do not want to put any glue here. So you could put a little bit right here. But you don't want to put any glue on the top of that large cone flower bloom. Okay, and now we'll just stick this right here. And we want to make sure that we turn it and that we can see our sentiment, and then press that down. And then I'm going to bring in these matte decorative dots. And I could, and when we have several different colors to choose from, but I'm going to go ahead and use, slide that out, the Daffodil Delight. And I think you have large, medium, and small, but I'm going to use the medium. And I'm going to put one right here. Yes, Jenny, the knotting the ribbon kind of gives it a little bit of a different look, doesn't it? I'm glad you like that look. So I'm going to add 3 dots right there. And here is our window card. A reminder to never forget how much you mean to me and so many others. So it's a fun card. I told you I would show you another card. And this card, I used Misty Moonlight and Calypso Coral to stamp my flower. And I trimmed my flower. And I use our ribbon that you can color. But I use the layering circle dies for this card. So we 2 window cards, but one made with the layering circles and one made with the rectangles. Give me a thumbs up if you like this card. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. So click that subscribe button down below. I think I went off just a second, but I hit the wrong button. I'm getting better at this. So I appreciate you watching, and let me know which card you like the best. You like the layering circle card that I used, or do you like the one that I made today with the rectangle the best? But you can use either one. I hope you enjoyed the window card. And again, please subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a great week. And I'll be live again next Tuesday at 1 Central Time. I'm Terri Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards.